Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Pillars of Eternity, The White March. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're supposed to join me today, because we are, I think, right at the precipice of ending the main quest for Pillars of Eternity. And we have been faced with current day Theos here. He asked us, at the end of last episode, he asked us how we found this place. And I just now I looked at what choices I have, and I think this one is not gonna happen. I'm not, if I tried to do this, I think I wouldn't be able to attack him. The reason for that is the game didn't allow me to save in between last dialogue and now, so, I think we'd be okay. Still, I wanna press on, and I wanna ask him about stuff, and, I think, yeah, that's one of the considerations that the game, showed us, at the end of last episode, but for now, let's just keep going. Theus, I didn't find this place, it was Lady Webb.
Another in a string of acts of petty defiance. For all her knowledge, she always preferred spite over reason.
She loved you.
Then she should have obeyed. I ask one thing of all my followers. She was incapable. A waste of rare talent and intellect.
Blind obedience is a lot to ask of someone with a mind of their own.
What of your cohorts, then? They have followed you to their deaths. Is it loyalty that brings them here? Or is it, as my agents suggest, that they have no direction of their own?
Who's this? Your agents? They have directions of their own. Well, two of them don't, but they don't have personalities either.
You worshipped Aethys, did you not?
He's talking to Ether right now.
Your spies are good. What gave me away? The cape?
Yet when your god needed you the most, you chose your country.
We were being invaded, not by anyone who was acting like a god.
Then I should think your hometown gave you a hero's welcome when you returned.
Yeah, that's a fallacy right there.
Well, they made cake. And I think you can expect folks to get jumpy when the gods aren't there to reassure them. Maybe if they weren't all too busy trying to kill each other.
The gods argue over how best to prevent Kith society from destroying itself. These disruptions would not be necessary were mortal instinct not so diseased.
Duran stares at Theos with a beast snarl. Theos watches him calmly.
You built a weapon that delivered exactly as promised.
I served my goddess as you did yours.
Yet the other builders were slain, 11 of a dozen. Why not you? Were you somehow different? Redeemable in your god's sight?
There was a message there, whether she meant it or not.
Or was it merely that your goddess wanted you dead as well, and your delusions of importance prevented you from seeing the obvious?
Isn't that... Wait a... Magran, that's his goddess, right? That's what happens. Right, okay, so she basically... So what happens with Durance is that, if I'm trying to remember right now what his questline is and what his background is, but Durance, he's pissed at Magran because she doesn't say anything to him. He basically did all he asked, and she kind of forgot him. So it makes sense that she wanted him dead, although that's just me talking as if she were mean and evil, basically. So if she's helping Woodica. Why would she be helping Woodica though? That might not be the thing. Yeah.
A whore's beguiling charms, nothing more. But the spell's broke now, Theos. The trial's over. I know friend from foe, and I've come here now to see a foe repaid.
Man. Yeah, Durance is on our side finally.
You were able to destroy a god because another god wished it. Without her hand to guide you, you could not strike at a god any more than you could strike the sky. You are impotent, and not just from the pox. You are here because you are lost. The gods cannot reach everyone, I'm afraid. May you fare better in your next lives.
He directs his gaze at you.
I gather you have had your soul awakened. Why else would you shadow my footsteps like some stray mongrel? You think I have something to offer you, but our business was concluded long ago.
Our business will conclude when you have told me all I wish to know.
I answered your questions once. That your soul is not fit to accept the answers is of little concern to me. I lied to no one. Not to you, not to anyone. The gods are real. They are everything we need them to be, and the world is better for it.
Yeah, where's our Twisty? You can't... Yeah, yeah. So you denied it... You have lied to everyone, yourself most of all.
I have no illusions about the costs involved. But what your brief lifespan obscures is that it is what must be done.
So wait a minute, he's not hiding anything, he's just convinced that is right? Oh, come on, game, give me something else. Give me something else here, game. Come on, come on.
The heart of this country has skipped a beat. Nothing more. I have done far worse. I plunged the peaceful kingdom of Telosus into civil war. I slew the monarch of Desantio, whose people never knew hardship under his rule, and replaced him with a cruel despot who brought them to ruin. When plague arrived at the great city of Arborensis, I saw to it that the cure did not. They piled their dead outside the city in heaps that rose above their walls.
And this is supposed to diminish the damage you've done here?
It is to show the proper perspective.
What perspective? You need to give reasons for all those atrocities.
There was a time, back when your soul was still a shapeless mist, when the world believed only in false gods. Thousands of them. Gods that told them to take slaves. Gods that told them to make war upon their neighbors and devour the slain. Gods that told them to burn their children alive and cover themselves in the ashes as a sign of their faith.
Yeah, I don't see the difference with your gods either. They kind of, yeah, basically they're pretty similar. Not as, probably most of them are not as bad, but yeah.
But all that changed when they learned of the true gods.
Our
gods.
gods.
All those misshapen, bestial instincts melted beneath the radiance of our god's majesty. You could see it in their eyes. That dull emptiness replaced with the glimmer of a kindled spark.
I don't agree with this, but it's the best I can do here. It's teaching them there were no gods would have achieved the same purpose. It would have achieved more, in my opinion. I think so. If those gods were evil and they were false, you know, the many gods that people make up out of their minds, basically, I guess the game treats them as pagan gods. You really didn't need to create gods of your own to just, see, I have one, and it is better. You don't need that, and it's clear that they have wheels of their own, the gods that they created. So anyway, I'm gonna go with this one. Teaching them there were no gods would have achieved the same purpose.
And replaced it with one far worse.
Replaced what? What are you talking about?
Have you imagined this existence? The one the apostate would have created. We are not all so virtuous as she. Without our gods, the most wicked, the most tyrannical, they would take that power for themselves.
What power?
But more than that, it would be a hollow existence. All mysteries forever unanswered. All purposes constructed from meaninglessness. No endings to bring closure. Only a wheel, turning without mercy. Grinding our spirits to dust.
There's no answer here that I totally like. But that's better than to leave a lie.
Telling yourself each day that what you do matters. That it isn't all for nothing. That the world is just. The apostate's world is built on believing lies. All I have seen, the millennia of experience. I will not be dissuaded from this course. This is the only way.
You haven't seen the alternative. You're blind to think yours is the only way. You are controlled by your own doubts.
We are all controlled by our own doubts. Better that we should be relieved of them. With your soul and thousands of others, I will see this world purged of its suffering. Hear me, Woodica. Your servant calls for aid.
Theos puts his hands out low to either side as though welcoming some unseen guest. He shuts his eyes and casts his face skyward. Okay, so he doesn't know. I think we're gonna start combat here. Why? What?
Roak 10!
Adapa, no! What the hell is he doing? I thought we were gonna start combat. Wait a minute, are we gonna fight the gods? Okay. All of them? Are these gods? I don't know what these are, but they are mean and tall. Let's kill him first. So we failed the quest, Trials of Endurance. That is bad. Why did we fail it? Why? Endurance didn't get to tell everything? That's kind of bad. Woodika's headsman, Woodika's judge. Let's kill this guy first. We need, let's see, who are they attacking? They're attacking Gorgon, and they are attacking, this guy's not attacking anybody. So if we can focus on him, let's see what I can do here. So, Time Parasite first and foremost, try and impede him from casting too many spells. This guy is attacking Gilladel, which is bad, so I am gonna bring Durance, probably not a good idea, so he's attacking Durance. I'm gonna bring Ether, and she's gonna go there. Okay, please guys, stay focused. Okay, so okay, that's good, okay. Theos is already injured. Okay, so I wanted to say, let's first, just do stuff. I wanted to say that I am kind of disappointed. Are we good? I don't know. Let's keep going. He died? Oh. I need to kill these guys first? Devotions of the Faithful? What the hell? I think I might need to kill these guys first. Okay, let's kill these guys first then. Yeah, that might be a bad thing. Let's cast some spells here. Circle of Protection. We are gonna cast those right there. So yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that the game doesn't give us, like, he has a meaning, like, I did this, or because, just because, there's a god here that's trying to kill all the world or something. It's just that he's kind of blind. Oh boy, okay, we're gonna focus. Oh, Durance, get the hell out of there. Who is attacking you? Nobody. Focus on your health. Focus on your own. He didn't cast that one, did you? Son of a Magrin. Let's cast the bigger one this time around. Go ahead and restore critical endurance. Get closer to somebody, just in case they are kind of burning as well. Yeah, but it is what it is. Theos is a dumbass, and we're gonna kill him. As it stands, it shouldn't be much of a problem, because this guy is kind of taking a lot of damage. Let's go for a wounding shot right there. Is Adapa still up? She's still up. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, so let's cast another healing spell on her this time around. Oh, that's not what I want. Healing spell on her. There we go. Perfect. Please don't get injured, because he has an AoE attack, I think. There we go. Now get out. Okay, so he's down. Okay, that's good. That means something. I'm not sure exactly what's going on in there. I am okay with boss battles. I'm not sure what he's doing. Oh, no! Oh, Gilladel is now against us. That's fine. Oh, he's casting spells, basically. Oh, he's buffing her as well? Shields of... Yeah, that's perfect. Oh, she's confused. That's not perfect. Can you guys please stop that and not injure us so much? Resurrect... What the hell? A single ally revived and healed. That's nice. Storm of Holy Fire. Let's not use those too much. Cleansing Fire. This will... Protections and speed. I'm trying to find healings here. This one reducing your rate. That's not healings. This is the healings. Restore critical endurance. Go ahead and use that one over there. Okay, and now that guy's gone. Perfect. So we're gonna focus on this big guy over here. And I say big guy, he's not very tall, but he's gonna die. He doesn't have a helmet though. I enjoy the helmet. Okay, please attack her. Not attack him, not her. Are we good? Confused for one more second, and she's back. Perfect. And now you die, Theos. Now you die. This is not a... As I was saying, this is not a terribly tough battle, but it is kind of tough. It is kind of tough. Did we heal? Did we heal? Are you healing? Nope, you are not. Go ahead and use that again. Go ahead and there we go, perfect. Wish we had a little bit more AoE for those. There's a spell here that is for... Is it this one? It is this one. I think this heals. Pretty sure it does. Oh no! He's confused. Oh, everybody's confused. No, he's still healed, which is okay. Oh, what the hell? He's back up to full health? Oh, this is bad. I need summons, please. Summon. I'm gonna summon... Let's see, I'm gonna summon this guy. Yeah, we need... Guys, please attack Theos. Please attack Theos. Theos, he's the guy we need to kill. Just keep them rolling. Keep them rolling. We should be okay. It's not... What the hell? Is he... Maybe this thing is using something... I saw something over here. Oh, we're going down. Julius is dead. At your feet rests the body of Theos, hollow, the dense wrinkles shaped by the silent shouldering of an eternal burden now smoothed across his color-drained face. His soul remains still for the moment, defenseless, its energy expended in defeat. It lies sprawled across his body like a death shroud.
Thousands of souls he has tortured. Would that he could live those sufferings 1,000 times himself.
He was good at serving his god, I give him that. But he should have picked a better one.
With a deep breath, you plunge into Theos' soul, and where in Brackenbury it had been a maze of narrow corridors and dead ends, now it is expansive and borderless, its walls crumbling into heaps like the ruins of Ingwith as you pass through them. You travel for what seems like ages, rushing to a known destination, a memory you glimpsed once before. At last you see it, no more than a pinprick of light at the end of a long tunnel, expanding slowly at first, then quickly as you near. You come out in the room you are standing in now, but it is new and pristine and filled with people, thousands of them, all turned towards the great Hydra pillar and the machine that encases it. Theos stands at the machine, and you are one with him now. You look out at the crowd, at faces of shriveled old men and cherub-cheeked little girls, at mothers bouncing infants to quiet them, and fathers clasping little children's restless hands and watching you with somber acceptance. A woman with tears in her eyes gives you a small nod. You turn back toward the machine, your breaths constricted beneath the weight of the unwanted knowledge, preparing yourself to set out alone on a journey without end. You close your eyes and open them again to find the machine still in front of you, beckoning. You take your place in front of it and place your hands upon a large mechanical disc at the base of the great crystal column and speak a single word. Giant rings creak to life, building speed, setting arrays of carved draconic mouths aglow, and sending tremors through the platform beneath you. The entire room shakes now with the force of accelerating machine, all sound drowned out by its deep, deafening thrum. Brilliant tendrils of light arc outwards from the pillar in all directions, and you look over your shoulder to see them engulfing the crowd, burning them brightly like hot iron. One by one, the tendrils disappear, leaving ashen effigies where people once stood, many of them disintegrating into grey heaps under the stress of the tremors. You look above the Hydra pillar, and a glowing spherical mass has begun to coalesce atop the column where the arcs converge. It grows and pulses, translucent and bulbous like some immense chrysalis, suspended in slow rotation as though it were being spun from the arcs of light. When the last arc disappears, the spectral mass hangs a moment, no longer rotating so bright you must shield your eyes with an outstretched hand, and it seems to you as though it is looking at you. You bow your head in acknowledgement and look back to see it melts into the pillar like warm candle wax. The pillar flares with a flash of light, bright as the sun itself, then fades to darkness. The machine slows down to an abrupt halt, and when the last echo of its grinding cogs has passed, the chamber is still, and you are alone. From all sides, reality begins to bleed in through the memory, and you find yourself in your own skin once more, looking down on Theos' lifeless body. You sense a listlessness to Theos' soul, an overwhelming fatigue that hinders its immediate escape and makes it vulnerable to manipulation. You feel as though your victory has given you some kind of hold over it. You are able to do it with it as you please. So I was saying before, about the a few episodes ago, I was talking about the concept of justice and how I personally see it. I think it's a very personal concept, and this is, I think, that choice. So you can return his soul to the cycle. You will remember these Theos. Remember that no man can hide the truth forever, and all you've done in futility. Your memory shall be your penance. Okay, so he will lose his powers, I guess, because he's no longer going to be a Grand Inquisitor. but he will remember and know that it was all for naught. I can kill him, basically, tear his soul apart. I can banish his soul to Breath Eaman, which is down here. Theos Ix Arcanon, there can be no forgiveness for your deeds, only justice. Yeah, but that... Yeah, that's punishment. That's punishment, not necessarily justice. Justice is setting back what he has done. This is, I think, is the closest one. Destroy all memories contained within. Your memories makes you a slave to your own past. Perhaps it can't be undone, but it can be forgotten. It shall trouble neither of us any longer. Let's go with this one. You return to the landscape of Theos' memory, to the vast terrain of deceptions and crippling despair, and you can feel your agency in this world now, an ability to reshape the whims of your dominant will. You focus on a vision of pure emptiness, and your will becomes a swirling vortex around you, sweeping through the landscape and bearing away moments and lifetimes like some apocalyptic Buick that would tear away the essence of the planet itself. The storm builds until the very crust of the world peels from the fabric of the soul that anchored it, and it is borne off into the sky until it is too distant to observe. The last thing you see is a white void, boundless in all directions, unfettered by the shackles of experience and doubts. In the stillness that follows, a single word echoes through your mind, a word you spoke when you were one with Theos in an ancient memory. You realize it is the word that activates the machine. Oh crap. Yeah, I know Duras is dead. We'll see how that goes. I'm probably gonna replay that battle. But, what is going on? The machine is now activated. But everyone is dead. Can I... Well, Duras is gone. I will yeah, he's probably gonna want to say something. I'm gonna replay that last battle, and I'll be right back. And I've killed him. It wasn't a terrible, tough fight. Yeah.
He was good at serving his god.
Let's just see if Duras says anything. I'm just gonna go ahead and, yeah, do the same thing as I did before. Duras is still up. It wasn't a terribly tough fight. I had to retry it twice. I actually found out that I did pretty well with my first try. Yeah, but it's not, you know, a face roll. Anyway, let's destroy all his memories.
No! You cannot allow this. He will have no reminders. He will not remember the message we wrote on his fragmented bones and carved into his flesh. The lesson we burned into his soul.
Well, apparently I will be able to do this, so shut up, Duras. The storms, and there we go. And here comes the violins playing the sad song. And we have, I don't know what that sound is. But it's very victorious. And we are all in here, everybody and their uncle. Well, not Giladel or Gorgon, but everybody that is somebody has something to say. Theos is right there, still an entity in the world. Let's have a chat first with Duran, see what he has to say. But first, let me save the game, because you never know. The game I actually saved right before the battle, so I didn't have to replay the dialogue, so it's all cool.
Ah, the end of the road greets us at last. You fared well, Watcher. Better than any Watcher has right to. Seems you were a field in need of a flame's cleansing. But with that trial's end, a new one begins. A god's trial. And I will stand in judgment without mercy.
Okay.
Theos, he had hold of your soul from a long time back, seems like. You get what you needed from him?
I got justice, I think.
Not many can say that these days. Not in this country where they think the gods have abandoned them. You'll be feeling better soon then. Good. That's real good. You got it figured out what you're going to do about all that?
It's talking about the machine. Yes. Yes, I have.
Got a lot of people out there thinking they've been abandoned by their gods. There's not much that'll put the fear in you more than that. You can take my word for it. If it was in my power, and I know it's not, but if it was, I'd send every last one of those souls right back where they were supposed to go in the first place. So folks could get back to believing what they used to.
That's what I'm gonna do, but not for those reasons.
After what you've been through, though, I'm sure you got your own ideas. Better make it good.
Better.
Theos may be gone, but his crimes, the wounds he has inflicted, remain. Yet before you lies an opportunity to heal, to restore. Only through the healing of families, repairing the bonds between parent and child, reforging the shattered links between generations, can the Deerwood be knit whole once more.
I think you're right.
People will long remember the legacy. Let them also remember the healing that followed.
Apparently, our guys want us to fix this wall Hollowborn mess the same way I want to fix this wall Hollowborn mess. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to go back upstairs, but I want to. But for now, let's approach the machine. The path underfoot suddenly changes to a cobbled road. If you hadn't experienced visions like this already in Terevron, you'd be tempted to believe that the machine had stuck you into it and deposited you in the middle of nowhere. The sun blazes overhead, and the rolling meadows and thick forest on either side of the road could be anywhere in the Deerwood. A shrill cackle turns your head. Standing next to you is a malnourished man, clad in a threadbare loincloth and manacles. His entire body is striped with striped with lash marks, and there are scarred pits where his nose and ears should be. He stinks of stale sweat and unwashed filth. You notice someone wandering down the road, but the figure's back is to you. The scarred slave has your attention for now.
You once grew fat while others spent the currency of their lives in your service. I would gladly rend your back with the lash, taking interest for every drop of blood you spilt, every scrap of flesh you scarred. But my mistress would appeal to your sense of perspective, for you know that all things have their place.
Skayan? This is a god, I think.
You have labored at the pleasure of others. That shriveled hag in Hadrit House, those preening soldiers with more taste for silk than steel, the wretched tribesmen playing out their fantasies of grandeur. And then you cowered and knelt before the gods themselves, begging one paltry favor and receiving riddles and visions in response. And now the gods give you orders and commands, even while you set out to fix what they cannot. Yet what have they offered you?
Given the breadth of the iron manacle, it's amazing that he can raise his bone-thin arm, but he does, and he points to the person walking the other way along the road.
The exiled queen is not an ungrateful patron.
You get a better look at the lone figure and realize that she's wearing robes tattered and singed, but fine nonetheless. On her but fine nonetheless. On her head is the silhouette of a broken crown. She continues walking. That's Woodica. The exiled queen is Woodica. She continues walking, her pace slow but determined.
Finish the work Theos began. Strengthen Woodica with these souls and allow her to become the most powerful of all the gods, with you as her favored.
Yeah, you did a pretty good job of convincing me, starting the conversation by saying that you wanted to lash my back, so yeah. I've been working against Woodica this whole time. Why would she thank me now after I've defeated her most loyal servant? Loyal and weak. Theos proved his inadequacy when he failed to anticipate you. That's true. A plan exposed is worse than none at all. But you have proven resourceful, equal to the schemes of gods. Woodica has a long memory, Watcher, for both friends and foes, and she keeps her oaths. Yes, I think that's what she's known for. Helping Woodica would mean that the secrets of the gods stay hidden. Safely hidden, yes, from the violent overlords who would cease to fear punishment in the next life, from the heavy-handed masters who would answer to no one. The world needs some schemes, or are the souls of Kith so pure that you would snap the tenuous threads that bind society? What do you mean by her favored? The recipient of Woodica's blessing. She has always had a place for mortals of particular merit. If you help her now, she will become the most powerful of all the gods, and you will be one who made her so. Think of the lifetimes of reward you would reap. The only reward I wish is the joy of pulling bloody shards of her broken crown from my staff when I have finished with her trial. That was Durance, by the way. So says your companion, who's been abandoned by his own god. Do you really trust him to make alliances for you? Yeah, I think she wanted him dead. So, do I really trust her to make alliances for me? I don't think so. I've explained the alternative, Watcher. Continue as a pawn of the gods or a partner of one. I'd rather be a pawn, actually. In this case, being a partner is a little bit not partnerish. And the pawn, you know your place. In that one, she would betray me, I think. At the other end of the road, the figure stops. She turns her head just enough to look over her shoulder. Her face is mostly hidden, but one merciless eye peers at you from a cheek of rippled, scorched flesh. What?